Hey everybody, it's me, and this video is going to be about the long and overdue video about the science of black hair, because I wanted to take my time and really read and learn the information that was in this book. And there is a lot of information, and it's very beneficial to anyone who is looking to start their hair journey. But I will say this book really goes in depth than just your basic, oh, you need to take care of your hair and start a regimen. This really shows the ins and outs and the structures of your hair, and why it does this and why it does that, and the reason why you may have some of the issues that you have. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to summarize each section. I'm not going to go into deep detail about each section, because that would defeat the purpose of you owning your own book. But I do want to, share my thoughts and things that I thought were interesting and that I could relate to within this book with those who are reading this book as well, or who are interested in the book. So the first part that I'm going to go over is the introduction. And I had a lot of things that I agreed with and that just hit home. Now, this first introduction, of course, like any book, it just kind of introduces what the book is going to be about and why your hair does this and why some people are misinformed, and just basically anything that has to do with black hair and why we have certain beliefs that we do have. Now, one of the sections within the introduction, it says calming the misinformation information beast. Okay, now the first sentence that I thought was cool was, the first sentence in this bracket was, it says, years of misinformation have crippled our efforts to grow and maintain healthy heads of hair, which I totally agree with, because before you start any hair journey, you're caring for your hair and you think you're doing all the right things only because you're not informed of what is right for your hair. So a lot of the things that I did agree with, I kind of highlighted, and I just wanted to share with you guys. And the other sentence that I highlighted was, our lack of information has left many of us in a state of hair helplessness. Proactive hair care must begin with education. Now, I agree with that. Even for me, being on my hair journey and me being a person who's on YouTube and who shares some of my hair care tips, I come across a lot of people who maybe try to start hair regimens and really aren't informed of hair itself, or really don't have a lot of knowledge in order to start their journey. So once they start, they're completely lost. So I totally agree that you have to be informed when you start your hair journey, and being informed will help you have healthy hair because you understand how hair is, and most of all how your hair is. Now, the other section that I saw that really interests me, because I read the whole introduction, it says, how is our hair different? And I love that section. So if you have this book, you can read that section too, or if you're interested. The other one that really struck home with me was this section on page 23, and it says, healthy hair care begins at home. You are your greatest hair asset. Unless you have a hairstylist in your pocket, you should never completely write off your own responsibility for basic hair care in favor of complete dependence on someone else. You possess an intimate connection with your hair, and no one can possibly care about the health and quality of your hair like you do. And if that isn't the truth, I don't know what in the world is, because I've always felt that way. You yourself have to care for your own hair before anyone else is going to care for your hair. And that's just the truth. So healthy hair care does start at home, in my opinion, and me being on my hair journey, I've noticed that if I care for my hair myself, who else is going to do it like I can do it, and who else is going to care like I can care? Now, another section that really struck with me was, within the introduction, was, the title of this section is Healthy Hair is Made Between Stylist Visits. And that's on page 24. And it says, your stylist role should be to assist you with hair care by teaching you proper care and maintenance, professionally styling your hair, and expertly identifying and correcting mistakes in your overall hair regimen. They are the providers of expert assistance, and assistance is the key word here. Now, I really liked that part because even I keep referring to me and before my hair journey because I made personal connections while reading these types of things. Reading these things in the book is because before then I was under the impression that my hairstylist was supposed to help and care for my hair versus me, and that's why I would go to the stylist, because you think and you grow up like, well, your hairstylist is supposed to take care of your hair, when that's completely false. You shouldn't really depend on a hairstylist. Not saying you shouldn't go to the salons and your stylist to get your hair done, but I'm saying you shouldn't really depend on your stylist to give you healthy hair. You must give the stylist healthy hair to work with, and she's there or he's there to give you suggestions on what you're doing or what you need to change. Because for some people, they don't go to their stylist regularly. Like for some examples, some people just go every 2 weeks, and between those 2 weeks of getting their hair done, they don't do anything to their hair themselves. For example, like my mom, she goes to a hairstylist every 2 weeks, and in between those 2 weeks, she complains that her hair is dry, or it's this or it's that, and I say, well, what are you doing between your stylist visits? And she said nothing, because she's personally depending on her hairstylist to care for her hair when she should be making sure that she's keeping her hair healthy between stylist visits. So that's just basically what I really liked about that. And the last kind of section on 24, it says hair care is an art and a science. And the sentence that I really liked, it says growing black hair takes time and dedication, patience, and above all else. Patience is the key to growing healthy hair, and I can really say that is the truth to the hair growth process. You have to have patience, because if you don't have patience, you're going to want to give up. You're going to feel frustrated. You're going to think, oh, if this isn't working, I might as well stop and do what I was doing before. Hair is not supposed to grow overnight. You're not going to see your results in 2 weeks. It takes time and maybe years, just like me. But it shouldn't take years and years and years. But you know, if you're doing the right thing, you're going to see progress. But a lot of people, I've noticed, want fast results and look for products to give them fast results, when it's all about patience, and you must have that. So this was my kind of thoughts and summary of the introduction. I really like this book, you guys. It's so informative. It goes way down deep in the actual science of your hair, and it talks about the ins and outs and everything else. So, but this was basically the introduction. I really like the introduction. So if you have any questions, you can always put that down in the bottom bar, as well as additional information about this book and where you can purchase it from will be down there too. And I will be going on to make another video about this on Unit 1. I'm going to briefly talk about that and my thoughts. But overall, I give this a thumbs up.